What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. As you can see from the title, yes, this is Will Smith. It's been a minute. So apparently in this video, he addresses the issues of the Oscars, what happened, or at least he gives his, he answered some questions, it seemed like. And he just answered, I guess, people's burning questions on why he did things, or why he didn't do this, and why he didn't do that. I do know, I guess, like, the first thing he answers from this is how I found out, is that he asked why he never apologized, why he didn't apologize to Chris Rock in his acceptance speech. So with that being said, let's check it out and see what Mr. Smith has to say about his actions on that fateful night. That pretty much just was like, wow. Yeah, that was pretty much showed the world how truly one-sided things are when it comes to being a normal person in Hollywood. But let's check it out. It's been a minute. Over the last few months, I've been doing a lot of thinking and personal work. You asked a lot of their fair questions that I wanted to take some time to answer. Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't have to do that.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. We had a great relationship. Tony Rock was my man. And this is probably irreparable. I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment. There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults. After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No. It's like, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. I'm gonna say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us. To all my fellow nominees, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me, and it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment. I can still see Questlove's eyes. It happened on Questlove's award, and It's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient. What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down? So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down. So it hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me. And the work I'm trying to do is I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself, right? I'm human, and I made a mistake, and I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit. So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking. But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And, you know, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
Okay. All right. I like to.
You know.
I like to just leave. I just leave it on his face that way. All right. Well, there you have it. He basically, you know, it was interesting to hear that, you know, he said he was basically foggy at that moment. And he was saying, like, for the first question, why didn't he, you know, apologize when he made the acceptance speech? And he said he was, you know, at that moment he was gone, basically. He was foggy. And he said he was, basically he was so, what just had happened he was still in shock himself, that to the point where he didn't even realize what he had done. So it was like it almost left his mind. Is basically what he's saying here, to the point where he had forgotten that that's what he should have done. But I do like that he answered some questions that, you know, pretty much people was wondering, you know, that, like he said, he even talked about, did Jada tell him to go up there and do it? And he said no. He said Jada did roll her eyes. He did say she did do that, but she never said anything to him. According to this man, that's, you know, we seen the angles, and it does look like she turns to him, but he said they didn't really say anything. He said she didn't say anything to him. She just rolled her eyes, and he made the decision as a conscious man to go out there and hit Chris Rock. So, I mean, what can we say? It's just coming from the man, the horse's mouth. It's coming from the man himself. The man said he did not get told by Jada to go up there. He said he just went up there himself and chose to do that. I mean, he's right. At the end of the day, we are all human, regardless if you're me or him. There's no difference between us and him. Only thing is, he got a high luxury. He got a luxury career that he can pay millions of dollars to go make movies. But at the end of the day, he's still a person. He's still human. You know, that's why he said he wants to. he wants to feel remorseful without thinking, you know, he's a piece of crap. You know, he wants to be remorseful, but he doesn't want to be ashamed of himself either for what he did, because at the end of the day, yes, he is human. I even understand, even though I don't. I mean, he don't even condemn. You know, he don't think, he said in no safe way or form he thinks that what he did was appropriate, was right. But he did say, you know, that's why he said, I'm only human. So, you know, to the people who were saying, you know, that he disappointed, you know, I'm human, you know, and I made a human mistake. And he definitely did. He definitely did. But it was just that, you know, I do understand that. I do understand that, you know, you're human. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna make human mistakes. And he definitely made a big one. And I just, you know, the fact that he said he realized that it wasn't just Chris Rock. He didn't just hurt Chris Rock by smacking him. He hurt his mother, his family, the people that he, you know, that he's, regardless of what side you're on, regardless if you side with Will, you side with Chris, no, regardless of the fact that we take that out of the equation, you have to realize that Will did inadvertently stole the whole night and moments that should have been special. Even him winning the Oscar. He's just by slapping Chris Rock, he stole that moment from people, from Questlove. You know, because nobody cared at that moment. Nobody cared that Questlove had just won an award. That's what Chris Rock was up there to do. He was presenting an award that eventually was won by Questlove, and Questlove even knew that ain't nobody caring that I won this award now. After what Will just did, nobody cares. And that was disappointing. It was disappointing because that should have been his moment. And, you know, like Will said, he realized that he took that moment from him. I mean, it takes a real man to get up there and say, I'm sorry. And that's what he did. He got up there, he said, I'm sorry, and he acknowledged that, you know, what he did was messed up. And that, you know, he did, and I like the fact that he understands too, even though you're saying you're sorry, that is like, it's really, what real words can I say? What can I say to make this, you know, to say that make this better? Because sorry doesn't just feel appropriate for what you have done. Because it goes beyond just smacking the man. You smack the man and humiliate him on national TV. It just goes beyond that. I mean, it goes beyond. It's beyond just a smack. You humiliate a man in front of millions, in front of your peers and millions of people around the world. This man will forever be made fun of because he got smacked and then went back to work. Some people will applaud him for it. Some people make fun of him for it. It's the human nature. But on the flip side, he did say it takes a man to admit that when he's wrong, and that's what he did. He admitted that he was wrong. He admitted that, you know, even sorry probably won't cut it because he basically there's no words to say. What was the appropriate words to say? I'm sorry for smacking you in front of millions and basically embarrassing you and your family, you know. But you let me know in the comments down below what you thought. That was my reaction to it. I mean, he pretty much cleared it up for Jada's side a little bit. I still want to hear from Jada in complete, you know, like this. I want to hear her just talk about it. But he did clear. He said she didn't say nothing to him. We do need like a full. Chris Rock has talked about it in his stand-up, but he had, you know, I guess like Will Smith said, when he's ready, he will reach out and they can actually have a sit down and talk about this. But yeah, you let me know in the comments down below what you thought. If you enjoyed this video, you hit this button right there in the upper right corner for all of my Season 2 reactions. And you enjoy this video so much, you want to support the channel, hit those buttons. You know what buttons I'm talking about. And as always, continue these videos for more of my amazing content. But yeah, see you in the next video because it's a random one. So peace.